This is a butter cutter. You're supposed to be able to add a whole thing of butter in here and then just click it to cut your butter. I've got a stick of butter. We just load the butter in on top right here. And then on my slightly burnt toast, we're just gonna click this. That's not moving. What the frick? Remove top, shake out butter pusher. They don't make it easy to use. Finally got it out. So we put this in, put this back in, close this up. Who actually eats their butter like this? Let's see if we can spread it. Honestly, I'm gonna give this 3 out of 10. Follow for more. Most people store their leftover pizzas like this or like this. But what if I told you you could store it like this? This is a pizza storer that expands to hold all of your pizza leftovers in one small compact box. So you have these little trays here that you just put in, and then I guess you just lay the slices on top. Now my question is, what if they cut it too big or too small, like this one right here? I guess that's why they have all the different sizes. So I'm gonna try to put the smaller one at the bottom, and then your biggest one goes on top. But what if there's like many big ones? These are questions that should be answered when designing these. And then you have like a vacuum seal lid that goes right on top. Nifty compact pizza box storer that I could probably fit like 1 or 2 more slices, honestly, but I find it oddly satisfying and useful. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. This is the world's smallest ice bucket. One of these again. You're supposed to fill this whole thing with water and freeze it, and then in these tiny little divots, you get little ice pebbles. So let's see if it works. Push this guy down. This thing is pretty rock solid. Now the struggle for me is how the heck am I gonna get this off? But I think I'm gonna add some warm water to the middle just to loosen it up real quick. It's always something with these dang ice gadgets. Voila! Oh, look inside. It's like little Tetris cubes, so pretty. You get little mini ice pebbles. This is so satisfying. So cute. 10 out of 10. This is a 2-in-1 corn stripper and cheese grater. But what you're supposed to do is place this guy on top. We're gonna try to strip our corn and basically just twist. Oh wow, the blades on top are actually working to shave it off. Nice. And then as you get closer and you can't twist it anymore, they added this piece where you just like grip it onto the, you flip it around, and then you're supposed to be able to put it in here to like grip it. It doesn't really stay in though. I guess it depends on the size of the
Why are you holding it like that?
Shut up. But then you're supposed to be able to grip it and then twist it to get the bottom in. And voila, you guys are sick, by the way. Okay, let's see how the cheese grates into it. I'm gonna try it with some Parmesan cheese. That thing's pretty cool. 10 out of 10. I present to you a butter grating mill, where you're supposed to be able to grate butter straight onto your toast, straight out of the fridge. This is the shape of butter that it shows, you know, the big thick kind. And you put it into this slot right here, put it here, align it with this red thing, and we twist. Huh? I did it wrong. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do it wrong. Here we go. Okay, and as you turn it, the red thing pushes it down. It's so smart. It's definitely grating. Oh, this is so cool. It's like spaghetti butter. It's kind of a lot of butter. Let me see how well it spreads. And surprisingly, it spreads really well. 9 out of 10. This is an automatic egg dispenser. So today I'm gonna see how it actually works. It comes in like 2 pieces like this. It's supposed to hold a whole carton of eggs. My only worry, knowing my luck, it's gonna crack the next one and make a whole mess in my fridge. Whoa! So this one at the edge here just kind of chills out on top of the eggs. It's not really like held. Okay, you can probably hold more than a dozen eggs. You got like 2 extra slots. But let's see if it rolls and breaks, because that's my biggest fear. Whoa! No breakage. It's like an egg vending machine. Okay, so I don't think that anything's gonna break really. Now I just need a chicken to lay an egg here every day. 9 out of 10. It's a chopper and a cutting board all in one. And it even comes with a blade sharpener to keep your knife nice and sharp. Let's see what this baby can do. All right, here's a tomato. Okay, so it doesn't cut it through. Oh, there you go. You gotta like snap it. This whole onion, if it can chop it. You do have to put a little bit of pressure on it, but it definitely works. And then once you get it down to smaller pieces, you could chop it down like that. And now the carrot. Okay, so I actually love cutting the carrot the most. If you hold it in one hand like this and then chop it, I find that this is the best way to do it versus just like putting it in like the tomato and then chopping and then it flies everywhere. 9 out of 10. This is a sausage maker. It comes in 3 pieces like this, and I'm supposed to be able to make little weenies with it. So I guess this just stays in there. It comes out for you to wash. Okay, and then you fill this guy with meat. I made breakfast sausage. Fill it in. Okay, and I guess then you just kind of push it out. Oh my gosh, I love little sausage links. Is this long enough? I'm gonna try to cook some to see if it like holds its shape. So cool, it held its shape. I made the breakfast sausage. 10 out of 10. This tool gets 10 out of 10. This gadget right here lets you drink out of this can topless. I have a lot of questions, so you're supposed to put this whole thing on here and twist it until it stops. Actually, it helps to put this up. But you grip the bottom and do it until it stops. I hear noises. It's coming off. It's coming off into my drink. What the heck? Huh? I've got to be using this wrong somehow, but I did exactly what they said. Okay, let me get a chopstick and get it out. It's not intuitively easy to use, but I know you guys are gonna hate on me anyways. So it cuts from the inside so your lips aren't on a sharp edge. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. This 1 cup is supposed to hold 2 drinks at a time. You know, for those times where you're indecisive. So there are 2 slots in here divided by half, and then you also have 2 spouts right on top. So let's test it. This is especially great for those days where I can't decide whether I want coffee or matcha. So why not have both? But it's kind of cool, honestly. There's even a hook for you to like carry it along with you. And the best part of this, I feel like, is that it's a cup that's made for lovers.
10 out of 10, baby.
This is an electric jar vacuum sealer. You're supposed to be able to vacuum seal your jars to make your food last longer. I have this jar of water, so let's preserve it. I just want to see if this pop will click. So with this, I'm going to use the regular mouth, put it right on top. There's a counter on top. Okay, it's 30 seconds. I don't really know if it did anything. Ooh. And then you just seal it. So now my water will stay fresh forever. Whoa, it's like impossible to take off. Whoa, did you hear that pop? Now, I wonder if it works with other jars. No, that didn't work. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. This is a Buttercup. You're supposed to be able to make butter from scratch by churning it. There's even a recipe on the jar. Oh, interesting. My cream is already at room temperature. We're gonna make honey butter. Butter, butter, butter. It's looking really watery. I'm supposed to strain out the buttermilk. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, there's definitely something solid in there. Wash it with water. Release the butter. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whipped butter. Spreads like butter. I'm gonna give this Buttercup a 7 out of 10. These cut-resistant gloves are supposed to keep you from cutting your fingers. Cotton, and they just kind of feel like regular gloves. With the world's sharpest knife, I'm gonna try to cut my finger, and if this doesn't work, well, I've already been able to tear through the first layer of fabric right here. Oh my gosh. I'm going really soft here because I don't actually want to cut my finger. Imagine if you were actually really slicing something. This glove will not protect you, so I'd say 0 out of 10. This microwave cover for food is supposed to protect your microwave from getting splattered, but also it has this compartment to steam and humidify your food. Add water into this little chamber right here. Very random small pieces of mac and cheese and mashed potato. Close. 2 minutes. Ooh. Ooh, nice and steamy. Now there's a really nice water ring around my microwave that I could just wipe down. Angry mama could never. It looks like it's still pretty fluffy. So I'm gonna give this microwave cover for food an 8 out of 10. This is a Baggy rack holder. It's supposed to be your extra hands when you need to pour something into your baggies. So there's these clips right here that you could put the tops in. It just stays this wide so that you could pour some snacks in there. Not bad, not bad. Then what if I wanted to pour something like soups or something, and both your hands are tied up? Is it strong enough to hold it? Oh, I'm scared. Oh, huh. I mean, I could always use an extra pair of hands. Definitely wish it suctioned though. 7 out of 10. This is an oil solidifier that's gone viral on social. Apparently, this is just castor seed oil that's supposed to react with your regular cooking oil to make it hard. I fried some stuff yesterday and I saved the oil. It feels like waxy candle pellets for cold oil. Add this product and reheat. You can see it melting already. I'm supposed to give it a stir, turn off the heat, and then just watch it solidify. On TikTok, it makes it seem like this happens immediately. So it's been about half an hour and it totally did solidify. I kind of want to touch it. Ooh, it feels like Vaseline, like chapstick. But then you're supposed to be able to just scoop it right out. I guess it just makes it a lot harder. Ooh, like an oil roll. But it's just like a piece of oil jelly. It's so interesting. I thought it would work a lot faster. 8 out of 10. This is a torture device for your eggs. That's right, strange looking egg opener where you're supposed to carefully lay your eggs here, and then there are 2 little teeth that's supposed to crack into your egg when you push this metal thing up. And then you're not supposed to take the eggshells out with your hands. You're supposed to squeeze it to release it with these springs. So let's make our egg talk. It has a pretty good grip. What the heck? Oh my god. Well, that didn't work out quite as well as we thought because the whole shell fell down. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna hold it this way and then I'm gonna crack it. This way would make more sense. Oh, wait. See, when you do that, like the egg doesn't really fall out. Get out, little yolk. Oh my god, it broke the yolk. It's not only unnecessary, it's complicated and doesn't even work. 1 out of 10. This is a buttermilk. How many butter gadgets are there in this world? But you know what's cool about this one is that you're supposed to be able to shave this stick of butter into a 10-foot ribbon. So you know what we're gonna do? I have 10 feet of bread and we're gonna try to shave this stick of butter to see if it really does that. So you put the butter in here and then you screw this on and kind of like one of those putty squeezers, you just twist. We're twisting. It's kind of hard. It's actually really hard. Run it under warm water real quick. All right, we did it. This looks pretty cool. It's like little butter ribbons, kind of like pasta. I'm a butter artist. So it's starting to clump towards the bottom. I'm actually almost all done with the stick of butter. So I've reached the end and I only got about 7 feet of butter spread on the bread. So even though I really like it, I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. I've always wanted one of these. I go to Italian restaurants and I see them grating cheeses. I'm gonna try to grate cheeses with this and see if I can get it as good as the restaurants. So Parmesan cheese, just shred. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm getting like pretty good fine cheese grates, just like the restaurants. Now we're gonna snap this one off to a little bit thicker. Got some cheddar cheese here. Oh, is it coming out? Is it working? Oh my gosh, it is working. This is so much easier than the box grater and I'm not at risk of chopping up a finger. This is so cool. But now, can I get some cheese slices? Is it working? You get charcuterie sized cracker and cheese. 10 out of 10. It's supposed to be the sharpest knife. It's a Japanese 45-layer Damascus steel chef's knife. So I'm gonna test it on 3 things from softest to hardest. And then after that, I'm gonna have my mom try to cut it paper thin. Oh, it just glides through. Okay. I feel like I cut through the core. Oh, with ease.
Okay, let's see.
Not bad. What do you think of the knife?
Very sharp. 9 out of 10.
Just got off work. Let's bake some pies. It can also be like a pigs in a blanket. Ooh, it heats up really fast. So I have 2 things of puff pastry and some hot dogs. The hot dog in, it'll crimp down, and then we'll make this one right here. And let's see if we get our pigs in a blanket. Why do I feel like I want to make everything in this now? I can make McDonald's apple pie, Hot Pockets. All right, so it's still red, but I smell the hot dogs, so I'm gonna just check on it. Oh, it's not ready yet. Okay, so I guess it does know. TikTok. Okay, the green light just flashed on again, so it turns red and green, which is super confusing. But I think it's pretty much, well, almost ready. Well, we're gonna take it out. The bottom looks perfect. The top is where we're having trouble. The crispiness of the bottom is so good. Needs a little more cooking. Maybe puff pastry isn't made for this machine. We'll try it with the pie next time. 7 out of 10. What we have here is a 5-in-1 chopper. I like to chop onions. It has this like twisty thing. Oh, and then you also have an egg separator, although I don't really know why you have an egg separator. Once you kind of get the hang of it, whoa, not bad. You even have a shredder. Oh, not bad, not bad. Grater. Ooh, the carrot just glides right in. And a slicer. I'm gonna have my mom slice up this cucumber. And then just be like, ah!
Wow, it's
No,
good.
no, no. Mới làm giống như mấy đứa tao ấy, like, ah! 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 No! I finally found something to make a full breakfast for me. This is a one-stop breakfast shop. So we have a little bread capsule hotel here to toast my bread. Then we have a little egg nook. And then I guess here I could cook up some bacon. All right, so there are 5 levels here. Starting to get hot, that was pretty quick. So I'm gonna lay my bacon down. We'll toast our bread next. Is it hot enough to fry our egg though? So far it's looking pretty good. Super non-stick. This is so cool. And also a little dangerous. Let's check out our toast. It's not super golden brown. Crispy. Oh, yeah, I think it should be good. Ooh, a runny yolky egg. I give this one-stop breakfast shop a 9 out of 10. This right here is a 3-in-1 food processor, blender, and grinder. But I'm gonna try to make salsa in this and see how well it chops. Tomatoes, onions, garlic, cilantro, squeeze lime. Take this motor, twist it in place, then, whoa! I need to add way more tomatoes to this. It chops it up really well. Let's try the blender function. Frozen blueberries in here, and a little bit of liquid. You just like flip up this top. How come it's not blending? Oh, you change it to blending, duh. Actually though, this does a pretty good job of blending. And now let's see if this little container can grind up these nuts. Oh. Whoa, I just legit made almond flour. What? 9 out of 10. This is Alyssa. She's the one that told me about these straws. Apparently, they're supposed to reduce wrinkles. What are you trying to say? So we're gonna test it with some sparkling water. Alyssa's also never had sparkling water.
It looks pretty.
So small. And you drink through the top so your lips don't purse, right?
Yeah. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The straw is really weird.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. Am I pursing my lips? What's the difference if we were to drink this with a normal straw?
I think like your lips are more, I don't know, maybe like a 7.
7 out of 10. This is an ice cream scooper, but it kind of looks more like an ice cream stamper. I'm not sure. You're supposed to be able to make ice cream sandwiches with this. Push this directly into the ice cream, twist it. That ice cream was too soft, so let's try it on a harder one. And then you twist it. Harder than it looks. Okay, let's pull it out. Ooh, what? I think this would work better on a tub. I mean, you get a workout while you eat your ice cream, but then this lever right here pushes it out. Oh, hey, it cuts it into 4. Maybe so when you bite into it, the whole thing like doesn't slip and slide out. It's kind of smart. And then you have an almost perfect ice cream sandwich. Just because it wasn't super easy to use, 8 out of 10. This is a 4-in-1 multi-fruit slicer. Apple core, tomato slicer, and mango pitter. I guess they expect this fruit holder to be a gadget too, so let's give it a try. Okay, I've got my peach, and we're gonna be using the apple core. I hope this hole is big enough. But let's try to core this peach. Oh wait, this way. Oh no, the core is stuck. The hole needs to be bigger. I just don't have an apple right now. Next up, we have a mango. I actually kind of like this fruit holder, so I'll be a little nicer to it. I wish these things weren't in the way, kind of breaking the mango. Okay, this one's a little hard, guys. So this is as far as I can go down. The blade was not sharp enough to cut through. And then last but not least, our tomato. This one works the best out of all of them. Whoa, perfect tomato slices. 6 out of 10. This is a mini nugget ice cube maker. They're so little and cute. It comes in a set like this where you can make 4 trays, so you guys know what we're gonna do. But I saw this really cool thing on TikTok where they pour coffee and milk at the same time to make like a cool ombre swirl. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. You press it down and oh hey, whoop. And once it freezes, it turns into little spheres. That's so cool. Now let's do a matcha one so then we can fill these in our 2-in-1 lover's cup. And then we're just gonna be basic and fill these up with water. Oh, all right. It's the next day. Oh, wow. I'm gonna dump it in here real quick to show you guys. Oh, so satisfying. They're like little marbles. Let's see how this one turned out. Honestly, they do look cool. Last one. Oh, this would have been so cool if it actually all stuck. It's a pretty cool gadget, 9 out of 10. This is a 2-in-1 colander and, well, it's supposed to be a salad spinner. Whoa. Okay, a little clunky with the design. You're supposed to move this up right here in order to make it a spinner. Let's put it in. Washity wash. Works fine as a colander. Okay, now let's spin it. I guess you can spin it, but like that makes it kind of fall out. Jiggle it. Ooh! Whoa!
Take your hand off.
Whoa, it's kind of like a top. Part toy, part gadget. Yeah, it's dry enough. 9 out of 10. So I keep getting sent one of these things. Apparently, it's a vacuum sealer container. You're supposed to suck out the air by pulling on this thing and then release it back. I thought the best thing to preserve would be bread. Pretty soft right now. I feel like bread is the easiest thing to get stale or hard. So we're gonna vacuum seal it. And let's say 1 week to see if it gets moldy. Pulling it, all the air out. Keep pumping it. Whoa, it's a very tight seal.
Several days later.
All right, so it's been about a week. Is this moldy yet? Let's see. I think this button right here. Did you guys just hear all of the air come out? Whoa. Oh! Okay, it has a very yeasty smell. So I don't think that taking the air out really did anything because there's mold. 5 out of 10. This is a microwave grill. You're supposed to be able to make the perfect grilled cheese with this microwave panini press. The edges are covered with silicone, so it'll be nice and cool for you to handle. And then you have these like ridges for grill marks. Okay, so I have some bread, and then you're supposed to butter the outside. Where are my gadgets? Get me to 1 million subscribers, and I'm gonna do an epic gadget garage tour. Put it in here. Add my cheese, pepper jack, cheddars. This guy on, top it, and then there's a clasp right here, and then we microwave. 2 minutes, flip, and then we'll cook it for another 2 minutes. It kind of has like a funky smell to it, like a plasticky. Whoa! It does have grill marks. Ooh, so all the cheese ended up oozing outside of the bread. Oh, that's pretty satisfying though. I mean, this would be good if it didn't have that toxic smell, because I might die. 3 out of 10. This little gadget is supposed to help you make the perfect s'more in your microwave. What's weird is that you're supposed to fill this little reservoir with water up to the fill line. Since I don't want soggy s'mores, I'm gonna wipe up the excess water. We'll put our graham crackers down. Then we have our chocolate. Mr. Beast bars. Ever heard of him? Chocolate feels kind of thin. I wonder if these are any good. There better be like $5 million in here. Sugary. 7 out of 10. Let's put our chocolate. Then we have our squishy marshmallows. Oh, I guess these little hands hold them in place. So cute. Now I'm supposed to nuke it for 20 seconds. I don't know, but the chocolate's not really melting. Mr. Beast, what's in here? Ooh, it is melting a little bit. Oh! I mean, I do like my marshmallows to be a little more roasty, but I guess this is okay. 7 out of 10. This is not a butter gadget. It's a chocolate shaver. You're supposed to melt chocolate into this mold right here, and then you somehow insert it in here to shave. Okay, I wonder if I can just break the chocolate up and just shave it from here. I got more chocolate from, what was his name again?
See that awkward person right there?
Better. 8 out of 10. Got the best ice cream ever. Cookies and cream. Is it shaving? Oh, it is shaving. I guess if I had a full bar, it would shave more. All right, I have a real chocolate bar here. Let's hack this. You know what? You guys are gonna get mad at me for not doing the mold. The plastic blades just aren't sharp enough, but I still think it's useless. 3 out of 10. This right here is a giant shot glass mold. You're supposed to be able to make an ice cup with this thing. So I thought it would be kind of fun to try it with some coffee. You guys know my luck with ice gadgets. So I'm gonna pour the coffee in here, and then this thing is supposed to just clamp it down. I'm gonna do this over here. Any excess water can just spill through the top. Let's freeze it. It's the next day. This thing is pretty ice solid. You guys think I'm actually gonna be able to get the ice out? Let's get it inside too while we're at it. Ooh! Now how do we get this out? Oh my gosh. Let's add some milk. Now this is an iced coffee. Better drink it fast though. Once it starts melting, I don't want to waste anything. Pretty sturdy. Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? 10 out of 10. This is a jar opener. You're supposed to be able to open jars of any size just by sliding this thing up and down. You're supposed to use the teeth right here to grip the jar, squeeze it to get like a good grip, twist. Oh, that was cool. Okay, now let's try this little jam. Lock it in. It does work. It takes a lot of like muscle work on this hand to like really twist it, but definitely a lot easier than like last one. Ah, I give this strange contraption 8 out of 10. Another butter gadget. This one is supposed to be a butter box. Place the butter into this chute right here. I guess this thing protects the top and holds the butter. Then you can store it in your fridge like this, nice and tidy. Or when you're ready to use it, oh, this is like a butter pusher. So I guess it's just one of those butter, ooh, glides. It's like a butter pen. It basically keeps your hand from melting it, and then it also has these like side grippies right here, and supposedly you could butter your pan really easily with this too. Not bad. Nice glossy bottom. 9 out of 10. You're supposed to be able to make ice cream right in this bowl, except you have to freeze it first. Okay, we have our bowl. Nice and chilled. So I'm just gonna make an ice cream mixture. Cream, milk, sugar, vanilla. Give it a mix, mix, mix. Never knew how easy it was to make ice cream. And then I'm just supposed to pour the mixture into the bowl. You're supposed to scrape it down to create like a churn. And you're supposed to do this for like 5 minutes. It gets a little bit easier. So you're not supposed to put it back into the freezer. It should be cold enough to get it like ice cream, or at least soft serve. I'm too lazy and don't have the arm strength for that. So we're just gonna give it a try. Doesn't taste bad, but too much work. Go to McDonald's, 6 out of 10. You're supposed to be able to keep the sparkly fizz in your drinks for about a day with this gadget. So we're gonna try it. Here I have just a pink Italian soda. Let's see how fizzy it is. Decently fizzy and delicious. So I'm supposed to just pop this thing on, screw it, and then pump. Ooh, I feel it pumping, and then it gets harder and harder to pump. So I guess we're just adding oxygen to it. But I'm gonna pop it in the fridge, and we're gonna see how fizzy it is tomorrow. It's the next day. Let's see if this is still fizzy. So the ball is slightly softer than when I left it. To release it. Oh! I guess that answers my question. Not bad. It's not as fizzy as it was brand new. 9 out of 10. This is an herb grinder. Add fresh herbs into these slots right here. I'm adding some parsley. It just twists and does its own thing. It's more of an herb crusher than it is an herb grinder. I'm gonna give it another chance and try it with basil. Pushing it in. Once you get all the way down, it's fine, but it's just like pulverizing your herbs. They're just flattened. I don't know, a 1 out of 10. This is a handheld 4-in-1 mini chopper. You're supposed to be able to have 4 different cuts, but the cool thing is that you could put it together like this to cube, thin slice, thick slice, or wedge, all in this container. First, I'm gonna try to cube this onion. Right on top, it snaps in. Read all instructions thoroughly before you use. I'm gonna do the onion. Okay, I wouldn't say that it glided through the easiest, but now we're gonna try the wedge one because I think that one's actually kind of cool. We're gonna make some egg salad today. Not bad, not bad, it went in. Now let's big slice cucumber. That went down a little easier. We're gonna add a jalapeno. Whoa, the blade ended up here. But if you kind of wanted just to store everything, it even comes with a lid, so I kind of like that. Good for prepping. 7 out of 10. This thing gives butter knife a whole new meaning. It's more like a butter iron. With the click of a button, it heats up this whole knife right here, and I'm supposed to be able to just glide through a cold stick of butter. Yeah, it's like warm to the touch. I don't feel like it'll burn my hands or anything, but kids, don't try this at home. Whoa, it just like glides through. And my butter is like straight out of the fridge too. Okay, now let's see how well it spreads. It's like warming it up. This should be called the butter iron. Oh my gosh. It's spreading it so it just glides through. And this bread, I didn't even toast it. This is so satisfying. I mean, as far as butter gadgets go in my museum, this one gets 10 out of 10. This is a veggie spiral cutter. You guys thinking what I'm thinking? I'm not really sure why we need this, but I'm gonna test it on this cucumber and this watermelon. So you're supposed to be able to dig this stick into your vegetable and just twist like this. Interesting. It kind of acts like a corkscrew where you just continue twisting and twisting. Let's try to hold it straight. I'm getting some of the peel because the cucumber's a little crooked. It cut through, okay. And I guess you just pull it out or push it out. Okay, and then you get this really cool spiral. Oh, it's like a cucumber noodle. Now I'm gonna try it on this watermelon. Oh, it's kind of ripe. Okay, my watermelon is a little too ripe, but I have an idea. Let's make a watermelon cucumber baby. A new fruit hybrid. I'm gonna give this useless thing 8 out of 10 because it's fun. This is an ice cream scooper, and this is an ice cream scooper. This one reminds me more of a thing that you'd use to fix a toilet or build a house. So let's put it to work and see what it can do. Cookies and cream, best flavor ever. Tell me I'm wrong. So you're supposed to be able to dig this whole thing into the ice cream tub, twist it out, and on my cone, we have this nifty ice cream scoop. 9 out of 10. This weird looking contraption is a 3-in-1 avocado scooper, deep hitter, and slicer. I don't know, guys. I'm a little skeptical about this. Okay, so let's try the slicer first. The blade is pretty thick. Oh, okay. Good thing my avocado is ripe. You're not gonna get like a nice, beautiful, clean cut like you would normally, but you never know. These things always end up surprising me. Okay. And then this thing, I thought it was kind of cool that you can like grip it, take the pit out. Oh. Okay. So now let's try to slice it again. Okay, so it does a pretty good job of slicing here. Okay, so let's scoop this out. Okay, so this is too big, but I can like make it smaller by squeezing it, dig it in. Oh, huh. There we go. Not the worst, not the best. 7 out of 10. This mermaid core looking thing is supposed to be a 2-in-1 mango cutter. You're supposed to be able to cut a mango and then scoop out the flesh without wasting any fruit. So let's try it. Okay, there's like ridges here, so we're gonna try cutting the mango. It's not sliding down that easily. Got it cut, and then you can do the same thing to the other side. And then this side, you're supposed to be able to just scoop it out and then slice it at the same time. Ooh, it's not going through that easily. And I think Oh, I went too far. Is my mango just too ripe? I definitely scraped it. The slices are kind of sad. I think this is just a more fibrous mango. I'm not super impressed with it. 4 out of 10. This is not a regular fork. It's more than a fork. It's like a 2-in-1 watermelon cutter and utensil. I don't even know how this is gonna work, but let's give it a try. All right, first things first, let's cut it. So I think you go in layer by layer. Dig this in there, pull it out. Okay, and then pull it out. Oh, and then you just kind of like cut it into cubes. Oh, I guess like the fork stops it from going too far. Huh, because I have the fork here, can't see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna cut where there was a line previously. Okay, I mean, I guess. This reminds me of one of those like melon ballers, except this is like a cuber. This is not a cube. The fork works. 6 out of 10. This is a frozen dessert maker that kind of reminds me of a meat grinder. And it's supposed to grind your fruit into ice cream. Whoa, that thing is so loud. So I'm gonna try it with some frozen bananas. I feel like it's working really hard to grind up the bananas. And I do notice that the hole up here is a little smaller than I'd like because I couldn't fit like all the banana clumps together. So now I wanna see how it works with strawberries. Okay, so the strawberry wasn't as hard as the bananas, but it also doesn't look as like ice creamy. It's just kind of slush. Brain freeze, 6 out of 10. This is a butter sprayer and I'm supposed to be able to melt the butter directly in this little chamber and spray it on toast. So let's take a few tablespoons of butter. So I'm gonna press it down. And then it has this nifty little charger right here where it tells you when the butter's melted, when this whole thing turns blue. Got my toast ready. And it says that when it's solid blue like this, I should be able to use it. So it's more of like a jet stream on like a hose rather than a shower, but that's all I get. And now it has to melt again. It barely just covered toast, 5 out of 10. You're supposed to be able to keep the sparkly fizz in your drinks for about a day with this gadget. So we're gonna try it. Here I have just a pink Italian soda. Let's see how fizzy it is. Decently fizzy and delicious. So I'm supposed to just pop this thing on, screw it, and then pump. Ooh, I feel it pumping and then it gets harder and harder to pump. So I guess we're just adding oxygen to it. But I'm gonna pop it in the fridge and we're gonna see how fizzy it is tomorrow. It's the next day. Let's see if this is still fizzy. So the ball is slightly softer than when I left it. To release it. I guess that answers my question. Not bad. It's not as fizzy as it was brand new. 9 out of 10. This is supposed to be the ultimate portable blender. So let's make a smoothie. Frozen strawberries, frozen bananas, my $40 yogurt. Can't waste any of it. Some almond milk, and let's take it on the go. So let's blend this baby up. I gave it 2 cycles. All right, let's see what this thing did. Oh, there's still chunks. There's a whole strawberry that couldn't get blended in here, but at least I have a cover for my blade. And then I wish I had a real like sippy cup cover, but instead I just get this like ring. 6 out of 10. This thing right here can cut your apples into slices. Core your apple like this. I don't know, I'm a little skeptical. Twist it inside so that the tool can, ooh, it's digging in, it's digging in. Oh, you can even get apple juice, hold on. They're very thin slices. Does take a little bit of, as you start getting towards the end, it gets a little harder, and I feel like I'm bruising the apple. But then you're left with a cool spiral like this. I guess if you want to flex with your apple, 5 out of 10. Cherries are my favorite fruit, and this is a cherry pitter. So it comes with several compartments. You put your cherries here. The pits go into this. I'm not really sure what this is for. I feel like it's a little unnecessary. Maybe it holds the cherry down, and obviously this is to depit the cherry. So let's try it. Take the stem off your cherry. I guess we kind of put this lid down. Bam! Let's see how it did. All the cherries ended up here. It's kind of like a medieval execution device, but it definitely depitted my cherry. Looks like it pitted all of them. It's a cool tool, but I could do this for free. the old-fashioned way. If you have to pit cherries for other people, like your boyfriend, then I'll give this 8 out of 10. This is a peach stir. You're supposed to be able to pit a peach and cut it all with this horseshoe-looking tool. So let's try it. So it says to just like cut into the peach perpendicularly from like this butt cheek right here. Okay, so I guess you just kind of like cut it through, but like my peach is kind of big. I guess it grabs the pit inside. Oh wow, twist it off. It's not that sharp. Okay, there you go. How come it's not coming off? I'm just like wrecking my peach. Oh, my peach is wrecked. Save your money, 0 out of 10. This looks like a game board that you could play tic-tac-toe with your tomatoes. So you're supposed to be able to put your tomatoes in this thing, or grapes, and then you can cut it easily. So let's see what the sharpest knife from Japan can do here. It just glides right through. You can even cut them smaller by going this way, but like, why would you? Already cut, oh, diagonal, I like it. This one didn't do very good because I didn't put it in the middle. But I can see this coming in handy for salads and stuff in the summer, so I'm gonna give this 8 out of 10. This right here is a mango cutter. It's dirty. So you're supposed to be able to park your mango right in here. Mine's a little on the big side. And then with this thing, just core it right through. How do you know how big a mango pit is? And hopefully we aim correctly. Okay, so it's gliding through, not too hard. Huh, I guess I'll just pull this out. Oh, okay. It cut through the mango seed, but I never knew like a mango seed could grow out like that. I feel like you end up wasting a lot. And if you guys ever wondered, this is how big a mango seed is. Let's see if it goes through. Oh yeah, all right, so I guess they do make it big enough. I'm gonna give this 6 out of 10. This is another peach pitter. It has a circle here that you're supposed to stab into your peach and then pull it out. The last one we tried didn't work. Save your money. Here I have a peach and here I have a nectarine. My only concern is that the peach pit is too big to go into this hole. So we're gonna try 2 of them. Stab it through. It's hard. It goes in really hard. Okay, and then you kind of just like use this to go around and then you pull it out. Oh, but I feel like I wasted so much of the fruit. Look how big this hole is. It's such a small fruit. All right, let's see how it works on this bigger one. Okay, this one's going in a lot easier. Okay, so this one I feel like because it's a bigger peach, the pit was a little bit bigger too, so you don't waste as much. Juicy. I'm gonna give this 8 out of 10. These are color changing ice sticks. They're supposed to change color when they get really cold or even frozen. Kind of cool, I guess. Okay, so I have a cup of ice water here and I just wanna see if it truly does change color when it gets cold. So let's see this in real time. Is it changing? Do you see that? It's kind of turning pink. Let's see what this one changes to. Ooh, that's so pretty. We have a girl and we have a boy. But let's go ahead and put these in the freezer and see what else happens. So it's a few hours later. They've completely frozen. They're like sticks. Let's see if it really keeps our drinks cold. Makes it kind of bulky, honestly. It's pretty cool. I can see it keeping your sodas from being like diluted, but the ice is already melting, so I wonder if it's gonna keep your drinks cool for that long. 7 out of 10. So I've tested all the butter gadgets out there and what's left but for me to make our own butter with this butter churner gadget. You're supposed to add some whipping cream into this jar along with a pinch of salt. You twist this on and then you just churn until it turns into butter. How long do you think this will take? Oh, shnikes! This little piece just came off and I don't know where it came from. Okay, couldn't handle the pressure. The burn! Okay, it's starting to bubble up. My arm hurts. I sent him back to the 1600s.
1 eternity later.
Still no butter. Welcome to the 21st century. That is how you make butter. I give that tool 0 out of 10. This one, 10 out of 10. This is the world's tiniest blender. Let's see if it will blend matcha. Add some water. Let's do a splash of milk in there while we're at it. Oh, overfilled. Kind of. Still a little clumpy. I think it only mixes. So I'm gonna give this 5 out of 10. Chunky. This is the viral egg decorator that I saw on TikTok. It's amazing. But you're supposed to be able to put your egg into this little compartment right here. It spins. Whoa. While you decorate with these pastel pens. Whoa. Honestly, I don't even have to move my pen. Oh my gosh. Okay, I cannot do zigzag. I guess I can only do bars. Whoa, that's trippy. What if I go vertically? Oh gosh, I can't. I don't know. This is hard to use. So what if I would just want like dots? I mean, I guess this looks pretty cool. But let's see if we can cover the whole egg. I guess I'm just gonna have to play it like a record. If you miss a spot, just move the pen back a little. Pretty artistic. That was fun, but I kind of love the old-fashioned way of doing things. Like and subscribe. An 8 out of 10. This is a crinkle cutter. It's basically a wavy knife to chop your vegetables. Let's try to make some waffle fries. A baby potato, a regular potato, and a sweet potato. It has these ridges right here where you're supposed to just kind of cut it down like this. Ooh, and it makes these cute little ridges. And then I guess to make waffle cut fries, you're supposed to do it like perpendicularly. It's like a pickle. Am I gonna get waffle fries here? Let's turn the potato. Try to get really thin cuts. It doesn't get thin enough for that like lattice waffle fry. I mean, it could. I'm just a little bit scared to cut my fingers off. Hard sweet potato. I literally am putting in my whole weight. Not as sharp as the world's sharpest knife, but it does a pretty good job on your regular potato. An 8 out of 10. This is a fruit and veggie purifier where you're supposed to deep clean your fruits and veggies. I'm gonna test it against a regular water that you would normally wash it with. And we're gonna test the dirtiest fruit known to man, strawberries. I'm gonna add the same amount of water, and then you turn on this button and it's supposed to hydrolyze your water. So it's releasing a bunch of tiny little micro bubbles. I think I'm also supposed to submerge it. Whoa. It's almost like I added in baking soda or something. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? I can see like a blue UV light. Okay, it beeped. It's done. The regular washed strawberries. The water is decently murky. Hairs at the bottom. Some seeds are hydrolyzed, purified strawberries. The water here is slightly more yellow than this one. More foreign debris in here. No identifiable bugs. Definitely bigger particles. I'm gonna say it worked better, but how much better? And is this just placebo? 8 out of 10. This is a grape cutter that kind of looks like an injector, but you're supposed to be able to put your grape in here and cut it through these slicers. And since you guys know I hate single-use products, we're gonna be testing it on grapes, strawberries, and this carrot. This chamber is pretty big. Boop. Ooh, pretty cool. Let's see how it does on the strawberry. Whoa, came out pretty good. I'm gonna have to cut this down. I mean, if you like your carrots cut this small, but I'd say it's pretty sharp. 8 out of 10. This is my ninja knife, where you're supposed to be able to cut pizza, lettuce, a lot of different things with it. So we're gonna try it on garlic, cutting lettuce directly in the bowl, and try to cut this pizza. Let's see if we can peel and mince. We never have garlic fingers again. I mean, it's a little more challenging than the world's sharpest knife. Our lettuce. Am I gonna break my bowl? Maybe not in a bowl. Now let's try the pizza. I feel like one of these would be better for pizzas, but then at least this is not a single-use product. 7 out of 10. This is a whisk that's also an egg beater. You're supposed to be able to whip your eggs by just pressing it down. Crack it open, and we're gonna beat this egg. So far, it's just kind of moving my egg yolk. You gotta get it from the center. You gotta hit the bullseye. And then once it goes in, once you start pumping it, it does a great job of mixing the egg. I'm gonna give this egg beater tool a 9 out of 10. This laser thermometer is supposed to shoot an infrared light into whatever you wanna get the temperature of, and it reads out an accurate temperature for you right here. But I wanted to test it against a real thermometer that comes in contact with whatever you're trying to get temperature of, like boiling water. So the infrared gun reads it immediately, 155.1 degrees. And this one says 161 degrees. So which one do I believe? I did it again and it says it's 145. Which one would you trust? 7 out of 10. This electric fork and blade set is supposed to help you cut through anything. And this is a dual sword blade. Make sure that this is not plugged in. Install it into this hole right here. I'm a little scared. I have the longest baguette. And yeah, I guess if you had a turkey, that would work too. Whoa, it's like a chainsaw. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Look how clean that cut is. No squishing either. Let's try 2 out of 10. I'm gonna give the world's most powerful knife a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna test the world's most powerful knife on 3 things, softest to hardest. And because I don't want to accidentally saw off my finger, we're gonna use this pitchfork. Cake, like nothing. Apple. There's a little bit of resistance there. Now let's see how it does with this sweet potato. I don't really think it's working. Okay, it's not really cutting through. Let's finish it off with the world's sharpest knife. I'm gonna re-rate this as 5 out of 10. This is a bottle popper. You're supposed to be able to magnetically release the cap from this soda with just a press of this button. So I guess there's this huge magnet piece in here. You just place it on top. It's not really gripping. Press it down. Oh! Whoa! I did not expect that. That was way easier than one of these bottle openers. 8 out of 10. This microwave cover for food is supposed to protect your microwave from getting splattered, but also it has this compartment to steam and humidify your food. Add water into this little chamber right here. Very random small pieces of mac and cheese and mashed potato. Close. 2 minutes. Ooh, nice and steamy. Now there's a really nice water ring around my microwave that I could just wipe down. Angry Mama could never. It looks like it's still pretty fluffy. So I'm gonna give this microwave cover for food an 8 out of 10. This 2-in-1 egg slicer is supposed to give you squiggly cuts or straight cuts. I hate single-use tools. We're gonna test it on some fun things, starting with a potato. I did boil it though, so. Whoa, cuts like almost butter. My French fry game just got so much better. Okay, let's see how it works with the avocado. It's just okay for the avocado. A kiwi. Ooh, not bad. It's actually kind of hard to cut through the egg. But now I got cut eggs and a breakfast smorgasbord, so I'm gonna give this cutter an 8 out of 10. This is an egg bloomer where you're supposed to turn your egg into a flower. I'm gonna go with this squiggly line. Ooh, I thought it would be flexible, but it's kind of stiff and hard. You even have a smiley face on top. So I guess instead of wrapping it, you should just roll the egg on top. Oh no, it's like breaking. So maybe you don't roll it. Maybe you should just be imprinting it. It's not bad. Take the smiley face. Kind of a useless product. 3 out of 10. This is a collapsible popcorn bowl where you're supposed to be able to cook popcorn without any oil or butter and never get burnt bits in the microwave. I have my popcorn here and there's a measurement inside. You take this lid, trap the air. Let's go pop these up. Smells like popcorn. Whoa. So I kind of like that there's little handles right here. Now let's really see if all the kernels pop and if they're burnt. Ooh. For the most part, everything popped to perfection and we don't have any burnt pieces. But what's popcorn without butter? I'm gonna give this 8 out of 10. This is a 2-in-1 bag cutter and closer. It's supposed to be all that and a bag of chips. There's a little blade right here that's supposed to help you just open the bag, place it right here. On first cut, it's a little hard, but once it starts cutting, it kind of glides right through, kind of. Okay, spicy jalapeno with ridges. 9 out of 10 right there. Okay, so I'm folding it over. It feels kind of flimsy and it doesn't really close all the way. I would have cut it all the way here to fit a standard size bag. It still feels really flimsy, and even when I do fold it over like this, it's not really shutting it all the way. I mean, it does one of the job. 6 out of 10. This is a blender blade filer. I've literally never heard of anyone sharpening their blender blades before, but there's something for everything. You're supposed to take this and file down the sides of the blade so that it stays nice and sharp. Mine actually feels pretty dull, but then it's also curved like this, so I wonder how I'm supposed to sharpen it. How do you know if it's gonna actually make a difference? You put it flat and then you file. Wouldn't that just kind of make it all metallic-y? Oh, it actually does give me edge to it now compared to this one. Oh yeah, maybe it'll just make my smoothie even more smooth. I still see little specks from the cucumber, but I'm gonna give it, it's pretty smooth, 7 out of 10. This is a 14-piece sushi ninja kit. 2 soy sauce dish, an avocado slicer and pitter, sushi mat with rice paddle and rice spreader, some nice chopsticks, ducky chopstick holders, and for the ninja, this sushi bazooka. How do you use this? You're supposed to fill the outside chamber with some oil, add the rice rice. Carrots, cucumbers. The slicer glides right through. Oh, not so perfect avocado. Oh, it's kind of mushing it a little bit. I'm making a meaty sushi. Close it up. What the hell? Oh, is it coming out? You put this in. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's actually really satisfying. Whoa. And I guess you just roll it. And actually, it looks really perfect. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. This is a 4-in-1 cooking spoon where you're supposed to be able to grate, mash, mix, and strain. Got some spaghetti. Let's mix it up. It's not exactly like a spoon. It's kind of shallow, so it doesn't hold your stuff that well. At least spaghetti anyways. And does a fairly good job. But I do feel like because of the size of this, let's say if you're washing your rice and straining it, the rice grains will definitely fall through. Let's see how it mashes. Okay, so I think that's the strainer. Maybe this is the masher right here. I mean, it definitely requires some elbow grease. Let's look at the grater. There are these little divots right here that's supposed to cause friction and kind of shred your garlic. Pretty much just smearing it more than anything. Definitely wouldn't call it a grater. A 5 out of 10. I've been seeing this crepe maker all over TikTok, and you guys know how much I hate single-use products. So I thought I'd put it to the test of things that are not meant for crepes. So the power button is just on the handle, and it has this domey non-stick flat surface right here that heats up fairly quickly. Ooh, how about some cheese? Nice sizzle. The domey shape of it makes it a little bit hard to flipping. Cheese cracker. Hot. Check. Butter. I want to see if it's hot enough to cook an egg. With the shape, we could end up with a disaster. Oh. Yeah. Well, that was a fail. Now let's use it for what it's meant for. Crepes. It comes with this little crepe dipping tray, so I just pour the batter in, take the pan, flip it upside down into the batter like this. Whoa, and let it just cook. Flip it off. Oh! Let's add some bananas. Nutella. Oui, oui, mon chéri. It's still pretty much a single-use product. 8 out of 10.